Today we are going to be adding integers. So when we're doing this, I have a couple problems that we're going to be doing, but we're going to be using a marker. Here is an eraser for you, and we're going to be using these dots, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple. And when we're doing this, we have two different sides, right? We have a yellow and we have a red side. So the red side is going to be a positive number. So on your board, write down red is positive. And then the other side of it is yellow. So we're going to use the yellow side as negative. A different color? So on your worksheet in front of you, it says a place where you can write your observations, and then the middle one says a few examples, and then write a rule in complete sentences. So this is where, once we do it, you're going to say, this is the rule for your own terms, so you know what you're talking about. Record observations, that first one is just going to be kind of what you see that we're doing, and then the few examples are going to be the ones that I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to give you an equation, and then I'm going to say the equation. I want you to repeat the equation, and I want you to write the equation on your board, okay? So let's start with a simple one. So we're going to do 4 plus 2. So then you would repeat 4 plus 2, and then write that equation on your board, please. Good job at picking that green, because those are both positive numbers. 4 plus 2 equals. Awesome. So now with our red, since they're positive, you're going to take 4 of the positive, and then you're going to add 2 more. Awesome. So we would have 4 plus 2. So we have positive, okay? So 4 plus 2 would equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so on this one, I want you to write that example at the top middle box for me.
Equation?
Yes, the equation.
4, 2. And the answer?
Yes, you can write the answer as well. All right, this is when it's going to get a little tricky. So if I say an equation like 3 plus negative 2, somebody say that one for me.
3 plus negative 2.
Awesome. Now let's see what it would look like on that board. Try to write it on that board. You can put that in, yep, perfect. Just like that. So when we are saying this, 3 plus negative 2, you're going to use these again. So remember, the red is going to be our positive. So let's say I have 3. And then now we're going to do the negative 2, which all that means is it's going to change it to 3 minus 2. So to change it, we're just going to flip these 2 over, and we're going to be left with a positive 1.
Oh, okay. Now
So on the second box, write that equation for me. And then what was our answer?
negative. Oh, wait.
1. Awesome. Another great way to do it is if you see these are flipped over to the yellow, you can go ahead and just move them out of the way so you know what you're left with. Okay. So let's do a couple more. Now I'm going to tell you the equation negative 4 plus negative 2.
Negative 4
Mm-hmm.
plus negative 2.
Awesome. So once again, our yellows are going to be negative. So when we're doing these first, we're going to flip our over, right? So I have -4. And now I'm adding 2 more negatives, correct?
Yeah.
So when I would go to add these, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -6. So my
Oh, yeah.
answer would be -6. Awesome. So in this middle box right at the bottom, now we are subtracting, we are adding 2 negative numbers. Awesome. All right, so now I'm going to give you a couple to do. Okay? So it's going to be -5 plus 3. Correct. Good job. So now I want you to show me with these how you would find the answer. Remember, our yellow is negative and our red is positive.
So, as what I said, I'll do -5,
Yep, good job.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Awesome. We're just going to move that one out of the way, right? And then I'm adding 3. So how would I show that I would add 3?
So the 3 doesn't have a negative sign, so you add 3 right.
Correct. So it would be +3. And then we could an easier way to do it is you could either put it on top or you could just flip them over.
So 1, 2, 3.
Awesome. We're just going to move those out of the way. So what is our answer going to be?
-2.
-2. Awesome. So with that equation, what box would it go in?
This.
Correct. Good job. All right, this one's going to be really easy.
Okay.
This one's going to be 3 plus 2.
3.
3 plus 2. Yep. So we're going to use all positive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can turn 2 over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then add 2.
Which would give you
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Awesome. So let's put that in that box there as well for your few examples. Yep. All right, our next one is going to be -3 plus a -1. Yep, just like that.
Now we have 3
We have
negatives.
3 negatives, that's
So
correct.
we can turn these over.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got another -1.
Mm-hmm.
So we got another negative.
Yep. So what would our answer be?
-4.
-4. Awesome. Go ahead and put that in another example box for me. Okay, our next one is going to be -6 plus 2.
Negative.
Yes, correct.
So we have to do
-6.
So this is already 4.
There's 4 already. So add 2. Awesome job.
And then we have +2. So we can just turn these over.
Awesome. So once we turn them over, we can just get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So our answer would then be
-4.
-4. Awesome. So when we're talking about these chips, we are saying that each one is a whole number, a whole negative and a whole positive. So now that we have done this a couple times, we can see some rules when we're looking at the signs. So if both integers, which is one whole, correct, this is one negative and a integer, this is a positive integer. If both integers are positive, what is my answer going to be?
Positive.
Positive. Awesome. So write down positive over here. The next one says if both integers are negative, my answer is going to be
Negative.
yes. Great job. And the one says if one integer is positive and one is negative, what is our rule going to be?
What is our rule?
This one's a little tricky, right? So what I always say is whatever integer is bigger, that one will carry the sign in the answer. So like on this example, -4 plus 2, 4 is bigger than 2. So our answer is going to be negative. So I want you to write that in your own words so you can remember that, okay? So write that in that box for me.
The sign.
That is correct. Awesome. Well, Amir, thank you so much for helping me out today. Positive and negative